Welcome to Hindsight Hacking. I'm Corey Carter.
And I'm Ron Cool, and you are listening to Hindsight Hacking, where we have talked to hundreds of entrepreneurs hacking their hindsight to give you clearer foresight.
And now, as we still bring you the same great, amazing interviews each and every week, we are adding bits and pieces to serve you in such a great way. These bits and pieces are some mindset hacks, visibility hacks, traffic hacks, and more on the Daily Hack. So we want to make sure that you have all the tools and all the resources that you need to gain more visibility and gain more traffic.
And obviously, to get more sales. So head over to gethhm.com/toolbox to grab your free resources to get the help you need to get more.
And if you're interested, after you collect all those freebies, because they're amazing, hit the link in the show notes and jump on our calendar because we definitely want to help you.
Guys, we absolutely love the community that we've created with your guys' help, and we love all the Hindsight Hackers. So jump on in and get on our calendar.
So without further ado, what do you say? Let's get to it. What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to a regular Hindsight Hacking episode. And with that said, we may go a number of different directions. We may tell a few different stories. We are not limited to our shorter episodes of our Daily Hack. Today, no, we are doing a full conversation. We will see where it goes. And definitely, number one thing, let's talk about Ron's learnings in Vegas.
Yeah, so let's just talk about. We're gonna get real for a little bit, okay? So this was a conversation Rachel and I have had for years, and I'm sure every married couple with kids, with a business, especially entrepreneurs, like being able to walk away and just be present, right? So Rachel and I have decided our joint word for our, this year together is intentional, right? So I picked this to be like a Valentine's Day present, something we wanted to, she's never been to Hell's Kitchen, wanted to do that. She's been working hard. So it's just a surprise. We got there, got a limo to get picked up from the airport, and drove around Vegas for a little bit. The limo picked us up from the hotel, took us back to the airport, drove us around. So that was a lot of fun. But intentionality and just be in the moment and do it. Like that was the first vacation, Corey. First vacation that I didn't worry about anything else. And I was just present with whatever she wanted to do.
Yeah. Being present is hard.
It's really hard.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Like we have clients we want to tend to and do right by and thrive with. And we have our own stuff we want to do and do right by and thrive with. And we've things we want to learn and do well and thrive with. And then we have kids that we want to be good dads for and thrive with. And something has to give at some point. Right. And oftentimes the reason that we do things is for this wonderful person that we've married.
Yes.
And they are the last ones on that list of being present for.
Here, we're gonna put it in perspective. And this is gonna be real for a minute. You work to save money for someday. You work to save money for someday. Then you die. And someday probably didn't come. So I was like, honey, we are now done living that way. We are now going to live and be intentional. We're not going to be irresponsible. There's a difference. We're going to be intentional on what we do. We made a commitment, one vacation minimal for her and I, and one as a family. Our kids have never gone anywhere except camping. That's it. That's the only vacation they know.
Yeah, time to change that. I've been lucky and blessed to be able to, both my kids, well, mainly my older one, my youngest hasn't figured this out, but for his birthday, do you know what my son asked for?
What?
Going somewhere. He doesn't care about stuff. He goes places, right? And that's because since he was 5, like we would go to Legoland for Christmas. We, at one point we took 23 people to Vegas for Thanksgiving, right? Like we would do holidays, we would do birthdays. My son's 11th birthday, we took him to Seattle. Like that, it was these trips, these memories, these moments.
Yep.
They're so much more impactful than a thing.
Yep.
Right. So save your money on the things and go spend it on memories. Camping is a good memory, but we've got to do more than that, right? We've got to all do more than that.
Yeah. Phelan wants to see the ocean, right? She's never seen the ocean. Phoenix has never seen the ocean. Phoenix stopped asking to go see the ocean because we've never taken her to see the ocean.
Yeah, it's time to change that.
Right. So intentionality. That was the first learning from Vegas.
Okay.
Second one, you know how happy I am with heights.
Yes.
You know how happy I am. So Rachel wanted to do I call it lovingly, the Wheel of Death, the high roller. Goes up 550 feet, all glass, right? It's all glass. Hey, Candace. And again, I was calling it the Wheel of Death the whole time. And she goes, I want you to enjoy yourself. I go, I'm going to enjoy myself because we're together doing stuff. But she also knows I hate heights. Okay. And I go, you want to do it. So we're going to do it. So that was the second surprise for her, right? Was going on the Wheel of Death. And I remember she goes, are you okay? I said, I'm going to be fine because I've decided I'm going to be okay. And we're going to get on that. Done beats better than perfect. I might still be a little scared, but I'm not going to ruin the moment. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to stand up. We're going to walk around. We're going to take pictures. And we enjoyed the moment.
All right. So let me get this straight.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. Okay. Let me get this straight, though, because I have another story to tell.
Okay.
About you and heights in a second. So while you were up at the top of this Ferris wheel, 550 feet?
Yep.
Were you hugging a railing, like holding on to something that was attached for dear life? Like where were you? Where were you at on that?
I will show you where we were at that particular moment on the very, very top. And you tell me how I look.
Oh, you look comfortable.
Right?
Yeah, looking snazzy. You and your wife looking good.
Yeah, right? Just, was I like calm? Yes. Was I freaked out? A little bit. But you know what? I was determined to not let it ruin the moment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. All right. So funny, short version of this story. Ron and I, we were hanging out in Cancun, and neither of us love heights, but we ended up having to zip line. And when we thought, oh yeah, let's zip line, we thought we go up once, we go down once, and we're done. End of story. Nope. We get there, and it's like an hour-long experience of walking up things, ziplining, walking up things, ziplining in the middle of the jungle. It was freaky. It was fun. It was crazy. But Ron walking across bridges and up stairways and looking over ledges, you would have thought he was a 5-year-old freaking super scared out of their mind because he was holding for his dear life at one point before he finally said, I'm just doing this as fast as humanly possible. See you guys, and left us. But
I wanted to be done, man.
That was a fun experience. So it's nice to see that you were calm, that you were relaxed, and you were present with your wife for that. So,
intentional. I was present. So let's talk about the present for a minute. Literally, I didn't look at my phone. I just took pictures with my phone. I looked at stuff maybe once. I think I talked to you once, right? But I took, I didn't want. So there was 2 rules. One, we weren't going to worry about the kids because we had family living in the house. So if she couldn't worry about the kids and she had to be present without them, I had to be present without work. Right. So that was our deal. And I got to tell the story about the limo because she didn't know we did this. Okay. So we're flying and I realize I made a mistake on the pickup time for the limo. And I was like, oh shit. Like, we're going to land an hour before. I got the hour wrong. Right. So I get on Southwest. She goes, you're going to get on the internet to fix the Uber? I said, yeah, I have to fix the Uber, honey. Like, because she thought I purchased an Uber. Right. So she goes, I don't understand why you didn't just wait till you land because you can get an Uber any minute. I go, honey, just let me do my thing. Like, just let me do it. Right. And so we're walking down the escalator in Vegas, and there's a little person in a suit holding "Are cool" on a sign. And she just thought all Uber people did that you call ahead, right?
Because nobody calls ahead for an Uber.
Right. So this lady takes our bag, and she thought that was weird that this lady was like carrying my bags, right? Which I didn't ask her to carry my bag. She wanted to carry my bag. So we get the other bag, and she goes, we're walking to the escalator because I was teasing her that we had to have champagne in Vegas, right? And she goes, yeah, we'll just go find a place. I go, yeah, we just got to find a place like right when we land somehow because it was in the limo. There was champagne for us to have, right?
Right.
And so the limo driver goes, so did you get the champagne option too?
While you're walking?
Yeah. I was like, yes, I did. And Rachel turns to me. She goes, what, did you get a limo? I was like, actually, yes. He was like, I did get a limo, and that's what we're doing.
So she guessed it before you got to the car.
And she guessed the whole stupid trip. The whole trip was supposed to be a surprise. And I said, guess. And she guessed what we were doing, where we were going. Like, we were totally in tune, and it was so fun. But it was such a relaxing time because Vegas was quiet, man.
Yep.
Quiet. Like, I sent you a picture. There's no one there. The Mirage wasn't even open, Corey.
Yeah, I was just there. I was there for a busy Super Bowl weekend, and it was still dead.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's crazy. It was not the Vegas of old. Not seeing shows.
Yeah. You know how many steps I got?
A lot.
Yes. 2 days. 2 days.
30,000.
In a day.
Nice. You guys walked a lot.
Oh, God. Yeah. I got 55,000 steps for 2 days. And let me tell you, I was in so much pain. Holy smokes, dude. My feet, they were barking. I was like, we're done. Like, we're done. It's now midnight. It's done. But we stayed a little bit later. And then this was the hardest thing because Caesars, the last day, right before we're about to check out, they go, extend your stay for free. We will comp another room for you for free one more night. And I was like, oh my gosh, like we could stay for free right now. One more day, free. We could switch our Southwest Airlines for free. But we didn't do it.
I was going to say, you should have. You were late.
Oh, yeah, we should have. Absolutely should have. But then I wouldn't have another fun story. So there's that.
Right. All right. So be present, be intentional, and then done beats perfect. Just go. Just take a step, right? Take a step. All right. So, I mean, it's definitely, you have to tell the story of being aware, right? Be present, be intentional. And through all this, you've got to be aware. And this, again, this story is specific to being aware of your surroundings, but this is true anywhere. This is, it's taking a moment to be aware of what is going on.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't want to use the word paranoia, but I'm aware of people if they're following me for any period of time in a car, right? And so when we lived in Kentucky, and this goes back 12 years, when we lived in Kentucky, I used to hate, Rachel, taking these back roads with no cell phone service because there would be really bad people that would masquerade as cop cars. And she would be going like at 3:30 in the morning, going to Starbucks, you know, and it's pitch black out. So you see the lights and you think it's a cop. So you pull over. And I begged her, I go, you never pull over. You just keep driving and you wait till you get 911 and you ask if there's a police officer behind you. No one's going to get upset about that. And you just keep going because people went missing that way. Right. And I was always horrified of that. So she's heard that story for years. Okay, Corey? For years. Now, where we live, about 5 to 10 years ago, I forget exactly where, a car followed somebody and killed them. Right? So, got these two things in my head. It's snowing, it's a blizzard, I'm going 30 miles an hour driving home. And I'm going through Parker, and on a good day, we're about hour and 15 minutes away from home. On a good day, right? Where this
from the airport.
No. From where the truck started following us.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So this truck, I ran this red light because I slid through it because it was such bad conditions. And this truck just went through it. And it's following me. And then at one point, like I'm going 30. So I get over to the left. He gets next to me. And I go. And he didn't ever get in front of me. And then he pulls in behind me again. And I'm going like 30 miles an hour. So I figured, okay, he just doesn't want to be in the lead. He doesn't want me to hit him. He just wants to follow me. Right? Because it's bad out. Right? So that's kind of what I was thinking. Then we're driving, and it's 40 minutes in the drive, and I get to Franktown. Turn left. There's not that many things towards that left. That left is there's some neighborhoods, Elizabeth, my town, and my house, and then Kansas. That's it. He turns with us there. So now he's been following me for 40 minutes. Like I'm very aware. He has a dash cam in his truck. I know what his headlights work. It's a Toyota Tacoma. I know what the grill looked like. I saw everything, right? Because I was like, I'm going to be aware of my surroundings. Aware of my surroundings. So we're driving, and I'm getting up to this town, which is the last like civilization there is, even though everything's closed because it's almost 1 a.m. right now. And I thought it was where this guy kept following us that far. So I was like, okay, and Rachel's sleeping, so I couldn't even like talk to her. Like I was like, I'm just gonna see what's going on. I had my phone in one hand, and there's a light. And this light, there's a turn lane and there's a straight lane. And we're both in the straight lane. And I turn at the last second right. No turn signal from the straight lane to go down this road. He turns. And I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure there's a problem. The turn wakes up Rachel. She goes, what are you doing? I go, look, I think this car's been following me. I'm checking something. And she turns around and looks, and we have black windows so she can turn around and look and not be noticed she's looking. And she goes, what are you doing with the phone? I go, I'm about to call 911. I go, so we're going to tell in about 2 seconds. So I take the very next right, which is into a parking lot where there's a gas station. And I made it look like I was going into the gas station. The truck keeps going straight. And I was like, oh, I made a mistake. I feel better. Then I see the truck stop, turn, and parked next to a building that was closed facing where I was parking or to get gas. And I was like, oh my God, he's totally following us. This is now a problem. It's 1 a.m. I wasn't scared for me. I was more scared, like, what's this guy going to do to Rachel? Like, holy smokes, how do I get her safe? So I told her, I go, okay, I'm going to get back on. I go, do you see that truck parked? She goes, yeah. I go, it's been following us for almost an hour. She goes, really? I go, yeah. I go, so I'm going to get back on the road. If it gets behind me, I'm calling the cops. So I get back going, and sure enough, he pulls out behind me. I call 911. A cop just happens to pass us, right? And I'm like, a police officer just passed me, ma'am. Can you have him please turn around? Please turn around. And she goes, just stay on the phone and tell us every road you're passing. And I go, I'm only going 30 miles an hour. She goes, can you turn around? I said, no, he already knows now. I know he's following me. I can't turn around. Right? So I'm talking to this lady and I'm telling every single street that we're passing, every single street. He pulls over on the side of the road because our roads go up and down over hills. And I was like, wait a second, he's pulling over. And I go, you know what? Let's just watch. He's gonna come at it again because he wanted to give it space to make it look like it was a different car than his car, right? So she goes, just keep going. We have the officers en route. He's coming. And I go, okay. What do you want me to do? And I go, yep, he's pulled back out. He's coming straight towards us. He keeps coming, but he's farther back. And so she goes, just drive into Kiowa and pull into the gas station like you're getting gas, which is closed. It's closed, right? Nothing's open in this town. And I was like, I don't want to. Are you sure? And she goes, we have you. There's a cop car right behind him. I was like, okay. So I pull in. Now, this is an hour and 20 minutes of this guy following us. Pull into the gas station. Put it in park. We turn around. There's no cars around. There's nothing. Down the hill, you see this truck coming down the hill. You see a car following the truck down the hill. Right when he gets to the gas station, the truck turns on a turn signal. I was like, holy crap, it's going down. It's going down right now. As soon as he turned, the car behind him, lights went up. There was a police car in the car wash, came and got him. Another one on the other side. There was 4 around him and 1 right behind us within seconds. So I felt better, but I was so scared. I was like, now this guy knows we knew he was following us. He knows I just called the cops on him. Now what? Now what do we do? So the police officer talks to him. They go, hey, we ran his record. He's clean. He's a dad, 38 years old, white male. You know, I think what he's telling you is actually legit. And in my mind, I was like, yeah, that sounds like every serial killer I've ever known. So cool. I feel much better. Thank you. Right. And so he was sitting there and he goes, so what happened was, before he saw your car, on his doorbell cam, a silver SUV pulled up, jumped out, broke the window of his daughter's car, and stole a bunch of stuff. And I go, did he call the police, or did he just get in his car and start driving around? Right? And he goes, well, he doesn't have a gun. I go, well, you asked him if he had a gun. You didn't look in his stuff like, I'm watching you talking to him, right? And so he goes, well, he showed us, here's the picture of the video cam. I go, that's a Mitsubishi SUV that who knows when he took that picture. I have a Lexus SUV. They don't look anything alike whatsoever. All the guy had to do was call like I did. Hey, I'm following these people who I think broke into my daughter's car. This is where we are. Come help me. Instead, his plan was, I'm going to follow them all the way home. When I get to their house, call the police then. Right? But if I wasn't aware, I would have drove right to my house or in a spot where nothing was around, and who knows what would have happened.
Yep. And for all you know, I mean, he could have been telling the truth. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
I will
that's
tell you,
weird.
when he left the scene, Corey, when he left, that was the fastest I saw him drive in an hour and a half.
Yeah. So crazy story. Funny other fact though. You've now got to tell that 4 times today on
4 times today
on live. So that's kind of funny. 3 different podcasts and 1 live for yourself.
Yeah.
So, all right. So to circle back to the entrepreneur entrepreneurial world to focus on the things that we can all do in every day from a business perspective to even at home, and that's be present, right? And if you don't get a chance to be present with your family, the people that you do this for, if you don't get a chance to be present outside of work, outside of your business, then guess what? You're going to start struggling in your business. 100%. And I've had my moments over the last few weeks because I haven't had enough time being present away from it, right?
Yeah.
Be intentional. Be intentional about what the plan is, what you're doing, and and how do you get there, right? And so this is one question that I think it's important for everyone, right? Like I can have intentionality with everything I'm doing, but if you don't actually stop and be present outside of on all things, if you are intentional, you've got to like stop and think, like, where do I want to go, right? Like, how to get from the airport to your house.
Yep.
That's an intentional drive. But sometimes as entrepreneurs, we get lost because the road is not so clear all the time. So
there was no shiny object on the way home except this black truck that was freaking me
out. Oftentimes we get those shiny objects, right? So
right.
You have to reset and take a moment to truly find the path that you need. And I know some people in their business, like every 90 days, they stop and reset and make sure they're heading to the goals that they want to go to.
Yeah.
Ryan Lee and him and his wife and business, like they'd go 90-day sprints, right? Like I think the network marketing world, 90-day sprints, right? Like that's everybody, because it gives a person a path from point A to point B to a point of actually being able to reset and make sure they're on the right track, right?
Yeah. Well, it's condensing time and pushing forward. So Elon Musk says, act like you have 6 months to do your 10-year goal and run towards it as fast as possible, and you'll fail. But you'll be further along the journey than you were when you started.
Yep. All right. So be present, be intentional, be aware, right? Like this is a full theme. This is a full theme today. And we got to have real Vegas life stories to go with it, but be aware of your surroundings. And again, if you're present and you stop and you take a moment to look around,
yep,
and take a moment to know where am I at and where am I trying to get to, right?
Yep.
And then the last piece to this, Ron, is it doesn't matter what you're doing. Just go.
Take action. Yep. Take action on whatever it is that you're trying to do. What's the worst thing that can happen? It fails. Who cares? Move on. Pick something else, right?
Or when you take action, you're taking steps.
Yeah.
So you may not even get to the point of failure. You may get off your path a little bit, but take some steps forward, right? And figure out the winding road to where you want to go. So that is the moral of the stories today. Is be present, be intentional, be aware, and then take action forward. All right, those are the 4 takeaways today, that we were intentional with the set of those stories to discuss. So that's all I've got, Ron. I don't know if you have anything else, but definitely a pleasure to have you back, my friend.
Nah, I'm excited to be back. It was a nice break, and guys, be intentional with your life. Be intentional. Like, yes, you have to save. Yes, you have to be responsible. But if you're only saving and being responsible and not having some fun every once in a while, what's the point? That's the point.
Yep. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening, for watching, for being there. We appreciate you. And, if you're looking to have a show, have a podcast, guess what? We could probably help you.
I know a guy.
And we take all the excuses out. Yep. So all you have to do is show up, start your show, record your show, and then let us help and do the rest. So, it's going to be in the show notes, or maybe we can put one in the comments for a link, but definitely head on over if you're looking for any kind of show, profitswithpodcast.com, and we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And you know what? If you're not already a member of our Facebook group, what are you waiting for? Head on over facebook.com/groups/profits with.
Guys, we are super excited to have you be a part of our community and help you get more visible, get more traffic, and get more sales.
That's right, Ron. And every time someone is in our group, we get to share all the tips, the tricks, and everything that you can get profits with from your summits, your challenges, your workshops, your podcast, your vodcast, and so much more.
Guys, thanks for being the best part of the Hindsight Hackers community.